Hey everybody, this is my 125 gallon tank, and right now I've got some sick loaches in this tank. If you look back in that far corner where the heater is, you'll notice that I've got several loaches all sort of stacked up, tucked into the corner, and they do spend a lot of time tucked right up against that heater. It almost makes me wonder whether or not they prefer the water a little warmer, since they actually are physically in contact with the heater even when it's heating. And I've put my hand on heaters when they're heating in water, and they don't get too warm as long as they're submerged. They'll burn you, of course, if you pull them out of the water, but in the water they get, they get pretty warm, but they're not going to burn the fish, I don't think. But it does make me wonder whether or not they need the water to be a little warmer in the tank. However, that's not what we're supposed to be talking about in this video. What we're going to be talking about in this video is how I'm treating them. I started out with some Levamisole flakes, and I do believe that Levamisole is going to be what I really ultimately need to treat them. 2 out of the 3 of them are skinny. One of them is so skinny at this point I don't think it's going to be able to recover. Even if I do get the problem cured, I think too much damage has been done, and it's probably just going to continue to fade away until it finally dies. I don't really think there's a whole lot of option. So the other one, the medium-sized one, is definitely showing signs of getting skinnier, but is still healthy enough that I think that one will recover fine. And then my largest of the 3 in there, at this point, still looks okay. It doesn't look like it's beginning to lose any weight or anything. But I definitely have 2 that are showing signs of having gut parasites, which is basically what causes those loaches to get skinny like that. So I tried the Levamisole flakes. I couldn't get them to eat the Levamisole, so I switched over to this, Max Shield. And this is supposed to be a generalized sort of anti-parasitic that will clean out the guts of any fish that are eating it. So I've been using that as food, and unfortunately the loaches don't seem to be remotely interested in it. I know for a fact that the rainbow fish and even the angelfish has been nibbling it off the bottom. It's a sinking pellet. And when I put it in the tank at night, it's gone in the morning, and when I put it in there in the morning, it's gone by the afternoon. So I know it's getting eaten. I don't believe that the Tenopoma eats any of it, just by nature what kind of fish he is. He doesn't really eat that kind of food, and he's definitely not going to be sucking it off the bottom. But I think everybody else in this tank has been eating that Max Shield. So if there was any kind of parasite that's going around the tank, or that the loaches themselves might be spreading to the other fish are eating the medicated food. So that's not the issue. I just can't get the loaches to eat it. So what I did last night was I rooted around on Amazon, and I found some Levamisole hydrochloride powder, which is a cattle dewormer, and I went ahead and ordered that. And all I've got to do now, and there's plenty of resources online for me to figure this out, so I'm not concerned about this. I just haven't done it yet because I don't actually have the product in my hand yet. But there are conversion charts that will show you how much of the cattle dewormer I'm supposed to mix into water to use as a fish dewormer. So that was the only way I was able to find Levamisole in a way that would allow me to simply treat the entire tank. And that is my last ditch option on how I'm going to be able to treat these loaches. I can't get them to eat the food that's medicated. They are not a big flake food kind of eater to begin with, so the Levamisole flakes really were not, I didn't think that was going to work, and it didn't. They ignored them completely. So, again, if they're not going to eat that Max Shield, then the next thing I need to do is just treat the whole tank. And the only Levamisole I could find that would have been affordable, I think API's General Cure, or don't quote me on the General Cure, but it's one of those kinds of medications. It's one of the more common medications you'll see sold on the market. That does contain Levamisole, and I could put that in the tank, but it's something like, you have to put a whole package for every 10 gallons. I would have had to buy 3 or 4 boxes of the stuff just to treat the tank, whereas I got a significant size package of the Levamisole hydrochloride for the cattle deworming product And medicinally, it's the exact same thing. It's still just Levamisole. It's just in a form that I can dissolve it into the water and treat the entire aquarium. So that's going to be the next step. It'll be here, what's today? Today's Friday. I think it's coming Monday, or it might even be here Sunday. Deliveries are a little out of sorts at the moment for obvious reasons, but when I get it, I will be doing an update on that, and we'll talk about the dosage and how I calculated how to get it the right amount and so on and so forth. Looks like we got a little more spawning behavior going on with my rainbow fish there, or at least it will be soon. So anyway, there you go, everybody. There's your update. Sorry we didn't get a better look at the loaches. I mean, I could come over here and do that, but I mean, all you're really going to do is be able to tell that all three of them are stacked up in the corner and just kind of hanging out in there, and that's what they do most of the time now. So I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, I got the medication on the way, and once I get it, I will be doing an update on this tank. So make sure you're subscribed, that way you won't miss anything. You never know what it's going to be with me. And don't forget, of course, this one here is my 125 gallon tank. So thanks again, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.